guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for all the new subscribers for following along. I really appreciate it. Last time out, we did the Cletus episode 3 of slips, and we went back out to try to run a PB with the old setup. So that took us to an 844 at 160, and it took me to the number 2 spot on the USA list. So Benny from Benny Custom Works is at an 829 at 169, and there I am, 844, 161. The goal of this series is going to just be the quest for 7s, where I'm going to swap everything out and we're going to try to run a 7. 844 is the best I've ever been, so this is a big jump. And then along the way, down through the summer, or end of summer into October, the plan is to run FL2K and maybe Back for Blood. We might try a little Gangsters class. But let's just get into the upgrades and what's going on with the car. Well, for those of you that don't know, that this engine is a rod and piston combo. Curtis Greenway put it together for me. It's got head studs, main studs, you know, just the typical new bearings. Kelford 218B cams. I have a Hughes Power Glide. I think it's rated at like 1500. Circle D converter. It's got dual dumps on that. I've got a Ford 9-inch Mosier kit swapped into it. It has a 350 gear, which we're fighting. Motion Raceworks CO2 shifter. So like everything else in the car is pretty much getting dialed in. It's just a matter of tweaking a few things like broke a mount, you know, oil pressure, these little pieces. All right, so as I was showing before, I have the new Pulsar 7685 on the car. I had to get a new wastegate to fit. The Gen 3 is not quite the same size as the Gen 4 60mm flange. I also went ahead and got a 6-boost Pro Mod manifold. Could have used the old one, but I wanted to just change a few things. And we're going to move the EMAP sensor. Kyle put it into the manifold for me at the collector. So just going to start tidying some stuff up that I want to do a little bit differently. The new exhaust. I will also need a new drain. The feed did fit. The drain, it was a dash 10 or a 10AN line. This has a 12 on it. But I also have to modify the pan. So I think we're going to take this piece out, weld up a 12AN drain. And then the back of the pan, if I can show you here, back here in this sump section, it's going to have to get cut out, and I'm going to put a bigger sump in. And part of the reason for the bigger sump is, as I've mentioned in a bunch of my videos now, I've been having an oil pressure issue. My oil pressure has been a little bit low, and I have the FluidWorks oil pump, and it's just kind of mocked up. I did find a bracket from Dynamite in Australia, Dynamite Performance. Dion is sending me a bracket, so it will hold my pump here. Aeromotive has my fuel pump, which will be going on the back of this. And then on the back side of the sump, which you're not going to be able to see, but on the back side of the sump, I've got a Moroso feed for the actual oil pump feed. I also need to get a bigger belt. This is just the belt that was on the Aeromotive fuel pump. I went ahead and just kind of mocked up to see if this was going to work, the idea I had in my head. So it looks like we have enough clearance, and that should be good. So alongside that, I probably could have just gone with a billet oil pump and bolted that on, but I didn't, just because this car is a race car. Somewhere on the block, there's a oil feed. So basically the pump's going to come off of here. We're going to plug the pump feed and put the empty housing back on because it's going to hold the chain. So a little bit more race car stuff than just putting a billet pump in. Probably some extra work, but I'm hoping that this is like a permanent long-term solution. Last time we already got the springs in right before the other race. And I also have a drag wing, Mike Thomas Fab drag wing that needs to go on the car. And I have the parachute off right now, but when the wing goes on, the parachute mount is going to be like touching it. So I'm going to have the mount pushed out a little bit so that all fits. So be a little work back here, but I think overall the list of upgrades should be pretty straightforward. Since we got a lot of the stuff already done, the shifter, it works with the CO2. Everything else was kind of getting really refined. The oil pressure issue was the main reason for the car to go down. Besides, the turbo was pretty much maxed out. That 7880 or 7875 just really didn't have much more in it. We might have been able to try to push it to an 8.2. Maybe I could change the rear gear and do some stuff to stretch it, but the goals quickly changed from I want to run a mid-8 and 850 or something would be amazing, to we went an 840 to, you know what, let's try to go 7s. 840 is my fastest pass ever, so now things are kind of progressing and escalating pretty quickly. Kind of as I showed you, I do have another engine sitting on a stand. I have a serious setup for maybe later down the road, but I think on just this basic rod and piston combo, I think we can get into the 7s, and I think we can repeat that. Things have come up that were unexpected, so maybe more things will come up that are unexpected, but we'll see, and I'm going to document kind of everything. I'm trying to get better with getting footage at the track, getting footage in car for like the last video. So there's something I should be doing or a piece I should look into, let me know. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in and following along. I greatly appreciate it.